Hey my lovelies, welcome back to my channel, and in this video I'm going to be showing you this week's Nail Team Glitters of the Week, the Petal Glitter Collection. Yes, I did individually place every single one of those glitter pieces. So, to see just how long it took, please keep watching. So I'm working on Liza, my red iguana hand, for this set, and I've applied the Jen's extra long coffin tips. I've then just blended where the join is, so I didn't have to go in with a thin clear base for this design because I didn't want the added bulk. The only acrylic I am using is Crystal Clear from the Gems acrylic range, and then the 4 petal glitters I am using because I thought they were really pretty together are these beautiful green ones. This is Calla Lily. My absolute favourite from the collection, the blue, this is Forget Me Not. I then went in with a purpley one, which is the beautiful Foxglove. And then the final glitter I thought worked with all of these was this lovely orange. This is Marigold. So I'm going to get straight into the design. I've got a little bit of kitchen roll in front of me and I've popped some of those petals out onto there. I find it much easier to pick them up from there. And then you saw I just swirled them around. This was to make sure they were all up the same way, because they do look different depending on which way up you put the glitter, and I knew which way I wanted to have them facing up. And then we're going to get into what is the long task of placing these glitters. And of course I went with the longest tips I owned and kept them at full length because I thought, this is the sort of design that is going to take me ages. Let's make it as long as I possibly can. I like to start off placing the petals down the middle of the nail. This gives me a rough idea of the rest of the placement. So I've done a very small wet bead of clear acrylic and I've just swiped it down the middle of the nail. I've tried to keep it as thin and flat as possible just to stick these glitters down, and here you can see I'm just picking them up with a pickup tool and just placing them in a straight line down the middle of the nail. Now I have sped this up ever so slightly, and I have cut out a few bits where I'm sort of searching around for a petal that was up the right way, or cleaning off my pickup tool because it's got a bit of acrylic on and it's not picking up very well. But otherwise this is how I went. Once that middle stripe was in place, I will start working on one side and then I will do the other side, and I'm doing it similar to how you do a brick. So the next petal is, the middle of it is in the join. I'm not going right up to the cuticle. You could cut a petal in half and fit it where that little gap is, but I just felt it all works out alright, so I didn't worry about that too much. And then it's just that same process for ages. Wash of clear acrylic. I don't want any bits sort of bulky sticking up because then that's just going to affect how the petals sit and how I encapsulate it. So I'm pressing the acrylic down if there's too much height, washing it down, and then you do find as I get to the bottom of my strip of acrylic that I've done, the acrylic is starting to set, so you kind of just need to push the petal into it a little bit more, and sometimes flip over and use the pointy end just to help. And then what I like to do is just sort of wipe over with a wet brush just to get rid of any sort of waxy marks on the petals that will sort of ruin the look. I am overlapping some of them with clear acrylic when I add it on for the next row, and that's why I like to give them that wash off with the wet brush beforehand, just so there's no waxy residue on that nail, on that petal glitter that I'm going to see in the finish now that's really going to annoy me. And then basically it's just doing the same process over and over again. So I'm not going to sort of talk through the process for this entire video because I said it's the same thing. This crystal pickup tool, you will notice, gets smaller and smaller and flatter as we go, where I've sort of had to rub it and wipe it off where it's got some dried acrylic on. I have ended up buying a pack of cheapy ones from Amazon purely for doing these sort of designs. Not that I'm planning on doing many more of them, but where I do want to use a crystal pickup tool with acrylic placing glitters like this, I've just bought some cheapy ones that I don't mind using, and ones that I can easily get new heads without having to buy a whole new tool. Couldn't work out how to take the head off this one. I just thought of something else I was going to say too. Hold on, brain, go back in time and think of what I was going to say. Oh yeah, I remember now. Those of you that follow me on Instagram and Facebook will have noticed a gel polish design placing petals like this, and for that I actually used glue to stick them down, not acrylic. So I do like a few little dots of glue, place the glitters, and a few more little dots of glue and place the glitters. I'm not sure what I prefer, but you can use glue to stick them down and then encapsulate in clear acrylic or build a gel or something like Felicity Flex if you're doing sort of a gel polish nail. So there are alternative options for that, but I'm just using acrylic in this because it's an acrylic video. Now I was quite pleased when editing this video down. I got it down to just under half an hour in total because it was nearly 2 hours. 2 hours. 2 hours of my life. That is immortalised in film forever. Now I'll be honest, right? This is so time consuming. It really is. I'm not going to lie. And doing all 4 nails, I'm doing each nail in a different colour, in case you're wondering why I'm just doing this all in green. When I showed you 4 colours, I'm doing each nail in a different colour. 4 full nails of placing these petals. It is, yeah, I'm not going to lie, it's tedious. It really, really is. But it looks amazing in my opinion. It is well worth it. I would highly recommend, if you were doing something like this on an actual real person, in an actual real salon, with actual fixed appointment times, just do a nail on each hand and don't do them mega long unless you have blocked out several hours. But it does look amazing in the end, I think. I'm still going on this first nail. Just keep placing them. I'm trying to avoid any overhang on the side walls or at the free edge. I'm just like stopping short of it if I can, so that I can fully encapsulate at the end. Like if there is a slither of overhang, I wasn't too worried about that, but just trying to keep everything on the nail and nothing overhanging, overlapping. So I have nearly finished this first nail. Can you believe that? Right? If I'd kept this at real time, we'd probably still only be on the second stripe, or strip, or line, second line. But good old editing. So yeah, so if you're doing it on an actual client in a proper appointment time, do shorter nails and just one nail. You could still do it rainbowy, so alternate the colours in the stripes. But yeah, don't do what Helen's done and do 4 extra long nails. Full nails. But I wanted to show you some of these glitters in the best way to show them off, and that is basically doing this. The swatches of all the colours are in a short from earlier this week, and swatches are on my Instagram. Yes, I did those swatches. Yes, I did place every single glitter individually on all of those. Sometimes with the glitters of the week, I like to re-swatch the glitters so that I can do it in a video. I chose not to with these. Right, now I've placed all of these glitters on this nail, I'm just doing a wash over top of all of these glitters just to make sure they are fully stuck down. I'm not capping at that point, not building apex or structure, it's just making sure they are all fully secure so they don't, like, I don't push them off, slide them off, or knock them off while I'm doing the next nail. And we're gonna now repeat the same long process. So I've tipped the forget-me-nots out on my little bit of paper towel, just smushed them around so I can get them all facing that same way. Basically, what I class as the bottom is completely flat. The top, in my opinion, it's got a slight, it sort of comes up ever so slightly and comes across and comes down. It's really hard to explain without sort of showing you, but if you have these petals, just look at it and you'll see it's got a little bit of a humpy bit that I think is the top. It looks much nicer. So I just swoosh them around so that I can try and get as many of them up that way. And I do this a few times throughout the nail, just swoosh, swoosh, swoosh. And yeah, so we're just like doing the same thing again. What I really love about these petal glitters is there are things you can do with them. You can create flowers, you know, just put sort of 5 of them in a flower shape. And you can do that with gel polish, just to encapsulate with a little bit of Felicity or clear builder gel. You could do some colour blocking, which I've got coming in a video very soon. You could just do a line down the middle. So even though when you first look at them and think, oh, what am I going to do with these? There are options. You can do patterns, like geometric patterns. In fact, there is a design on my Instagram of the black ones in sort of a geometric pattern. So you can have some fun, you can play around with them. You don't just have to do full nails like I am now. I'm going to be honest, I don't recommend it. I put aside like an entire afternoon. And then I got distracted doing the other videos and I kept putting this one off basically because I knew it was going to take me a while. So I thought I'd just do it last. So I started it and then Ryan's like, when are we ordering dinner? Because it was Friday night, takeaway night. I said, well, I'm just going to do this nail. It's going to take me sort of hour and a half. I said, well, if you bring me Grandad's card, I'll order yours because I don't want the same as you. Okay, anyway. So I managed to get 3 of the nails done by the time I had to order his dinner. And then I said, right, I want to finish this video, so you'll have to go and help Grandad when it arrives. I don't want to. If he was just being a bit awkward. But what I've worked out afterwards, I was getting really annoyed with things. I just wanted to get this video finished. Is his mum, my sister, had that day, Friday, it's the last day of the spring term at school, before the Easter holiday started. My sister had gone to Canada with one of her friends for the 2 weeks of Easter that day. My nephew was feeling a little bit wobbly. He's been very wobbly, in fact, since she's been gone, because he's never been at home with us and not her for this amount of time. Like, he's been away from us when he's been with his dad for a week, but at home without mum, very, very wobbly. So I did feel a bit bad, but I just had Petals going on at the time. So in the end, I had to go and sort out his dinner, sort out mine and my dad's dinner, and then I came back to finish doing this, the nails, and encapsulating about 8:30 at night. It felt like I'd spent all day placing petals. So while I've been waffling on, I've been getting on with this forget-me-not nail. As I started to get my groove going doing this, I didn't just do a line at a time, I did sort of a block at a time. So you can see here I've done the entire half, just that little block, and then I'm going to continue down the nail doing them all across. I just, you know, I thought, let's vary it up. Let's mix it up. Let's have a little bit of fun. Do we have to do a line at a time? Can we do a block at a time? So yeah, I think also I was finding my rhythm, my confidence, and I've just, you know, I'm speeding up. By the last one, it was like I was going done. Anyways, I feel I've rabbiting on a lot already, and there's still a way to go. So I'm going to let you sit back, grab a cuppa, and watch me continue placing all of these petals. So once I've finished this nail with Forget Me Not, I will do the ring finger with Foxglove and the pinky with Marigold. And then when they're all in place, I will encapsulate in clear acrylic, make sure I've got the apex in place, I've got all the structure, all of the glitters are fully encapsulated so I don't file them away, because that would have been an absolute nightmare if I'd had to fix these nails and put some glitters back or redo them. I didn't want that, so I made sure I really encapsulated them and then filed them down to shape without the worry of filing away any glitters. I will be back with you when all of that is done and we can finish this design off, but that's not for another 10 minutes or so. So just enjoy some glitter placement. they're done. They're all placed, they're fully encapsulated. It felt like 3 years later, but I assure you it wasn't quite that long. It was more like 3 hours. All encapsulated. Loving the design. I really am. I'm messing around. I'm, you know, a bit of jest about it taking forever and being a really long. Okay, I'm not, because it is, but I love the finished design. So actually it makes it all totally worth it. So I'm giving them a really good clean over now, getting rid of dust, fluff, oils, etc. Wiping underneath as well, because I'm going to swipe my top coat brush underneath. And here is Miss Tina Top in to do her thing. I'm not going to add anything to these nails. There is far enough. It didn't need anything else. Those petals, that placement, the hours of my life it took to do that, that is the important part of this design. It doesn't need anything else. So we are going to top coat. We are going to wake these petals up, and you are really going to appreciate just how pretty they are and just how fabulous this design is. And I know that is tooting my own horn, but I think I'm entitled to with this design because of how long it took. I'm gonna big it up. It's time. I've kept my top coating in real time. Don't ask me why. I don't normally. I just felt that the top coating in this design was just so sexy. I mean, I love a bit of top coating with glitter, but with something like this, the top coating was just everything. So top coating all of these nails, and you can see once I've done the top, I'm just swiping the brush underneath as well, because there are a few sort of clear bits, so I just want to brighten those up as well. And once they're all top coated, I'm going to pop in the lamp to cure for 60 seconds. I then flip the hand over and cured again. I haven't done one of these in a while. A little bit of slow-mo. Little bit of slow-mo top coating. Just how gorgeous is that? I mean, the nail's pretty good too, but just how gorgeous is that top coating? Just, oh, I love it. Sorry, so back what I was saying, when they're all top coated, we're going to pop them in the lamp, cure for 60 seconds, flip the hand over and cure again, so that that bottom top coat is fully cured. The top coat on the bottom is fully cured, and then this design is done. It is done. It's done, and I will never have to do it again. I hope. I loved how it turned out. I really did. I could go on about it, but it's so worth it. She says. I wouldn't recommend it. One nail, 2 at a push. Not this long either. But I think it looks amazing. I hope you guys agree. It's a fun design, and I thought it's quite springy, sort of Eastery eggsy, which seems appropriate as it's Easter weekend this weekend. Anyways, that is it. That is the end of this design. I think it looks fabulous, but let me know what you guys think. Have you ever done any designs like this? How long did it take you? 3 hours is probably a little bit. If I included all the file time and setup time and everything, yeah, 3 hours is probably about right. Yeah, that is it. That is it for this video. I've got nothing else to say. So please give it a thumbs up, and if you are new, or if you just haven't, please subscribe to my channel. Don't forget you can leave me any comments down below. I'd love to hear from you and see what you're saying, and I do my best to get back to you within a day or two. All products used in this video, not many of them today, are from the nail team. The petal glitters are the glitter of the week this week, so they are on offer, but for all other full price products, use my code Helen5 for 5% off. I will be back with another video for you guys tomorrow, so come and join me then for that. But for now, I'm going to go and have a rest. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see you again in another video very, very soon. Bye.